You've seen this before. You enter a system, and there are many ways to move through it. But over time, people begin to move the same way, not because they're told to, but because that's what everyone else is doing. At first, it feels flexible, like the alternatives are still there and still available, but watch closely. No one is directing it, no one is enforcing it, and yet the same paths begin to repeat, not because they're required, but because they become easier to follow than to question. This is what happens as more people begin relying on the same way of moving. Small alignments become shared patterns, and over time, those patterns begin to define the system itself. So movement converges, gradually, unevenly, until one way of moving becomes the way most people use. And once that happens, it no longer feels like a decision. At first, it works, but as more people depend on the same path, the system begins to tighten. Movement slows, spacing compresses. The system still functions, but now you can feel the strain inside it. Other paths still exist, but they begin to feel slower, less direct, less reliable. So people stop using them, not because they're blocked, but because they no longer make sense to follow. And eventually, no one is deciding anymore. The system continues on its own. Not because it was designed that way, but because enough people rely on it that nothing else can compete. Most systems don't stay flexible. They converge, and once they do, they stop being something people choose and become something people move inside. That's when a system stops changing and starts persisting.